Hey there, my dearest Capricorns. Happy November reading. It's not quite November yet, but hey. Okay. So I pre shuffled and got an oracle card for you. It's saying, remember who you are. Maybe life has kind of thrown you off of who you are. And it's time to really go in and embrace the person that you're meant to be, the person that you truly are, without the notions of other people or the 3D world, or there's something about you that needs to be remembered in order to move through this next phase. Whether that be a want for love, a want for abundance, a want for anything, you've got to remember who you are and not wish from a place of what the world wants you to be. But I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to get like a quick little Celtic cross to kind of see where you're at, where you've been, where you're going, and see what this remembering who you are has to do with. The song that's playing right now is Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. So maybe that song is significant to you or something that you're feeling right now. We got the Tower at the bottom. That could just signify we're stepping into Scorpio season. It did already start, but Scorpio season is about judgment and Tower and death and rebirth, right? They're all associated with Scorpio. So we've got the Tower here, but I also have the Judgment card here. So it's time to really stand before yourself, face that man in the mirror, right? Because in your current moment, we've got the Ace of Pentacles crossed by the Page of Swords. And for me, this is like, look a little deeper into what this opportunity looks like to you, right? There could be a new opportunity that has come into your life, or one that it's not discovered quite yet, because if they were to give it to you before you really invested into what you wanted as like your soul, maybe you would reach for things that paid a lot, or you were looking for things from 3D validation senses instead of what you truly want, right? So this opportunity, this could be an opportunity that you're grabbing onto and wanting to set forth. It's a time of really looking deep and trying to figure out, like, is this opportunity something that is based off of my ego? Is it something that my ego wants, or is it something that my soul is calling me to do? In the past, we got the High Priestess. So I think intuitively you were being drawn to something, right? Your spirit was like, we need to do this, we need to embrace this, we need to go for this, we need to maybe it's your purpose calling, right? In the current moment above, we've got the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is like standing before yourself, the reckoning time, right? It's time to really evaluate from a logical perspective of, am I where I want to be, right? Because we can kind of be where we want to be as far as like looks wise, right? Like, okay, I've got the money, I've got the house, I've got the car, but is it fulfilling? Is it something that's fulfilling to the soul, or is it something that's fulfilling to the ego? In the bottom, we've got the Knight of Cups. So there's something that your soul is saying that you need to step into. You need to go for a sense of love. And, you know, not to say this isn't about love, because this could be something, you know, like sometimes we'll go after people that I consider to be the shiny ones, right? They look good, they got a good talk, they you know, are something that makes your ego feel validated, but they don't quite show up for you the way that your soul wants them to show up. They don't show the potential of giving you that happily ever after that your soul craves. Now, it doesn't have to be about love, but this is just basically saying, like, there's a love for something that comes straight from the soul that you're being guided to go into. And that's why that remember who you are is very important right now. Is this something that's going to make a change in the world? Is this something that's going to light your soul on fire? Or is this just something that's going to validate your existence in the 3D world? In the future, I've got the Eight of Pentacles. So that means you're going to be putting work into something, right? This could also be like a reevaluation of where you're putting your time, your energy into. Is it creating that desired outcome that you're looking for? Now, let me give some clarifiers, just kind of see what's going on. Now, I did have the Tower on the bottom, but I did notice that the Sun was underneath it. So if things feel right now chaotic, like things are falling apart, like you're losing everything and everybody, and things aren't where you think that you need to be, this is your time to really be enlightened as to why things are falling away. Because some things aren't meant to go with you into a bright new future, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. It's a minor arcana of the Sun, right? It's a very happy potential. There's got a happy potential there, right? It's something that you can plant and it will grow into something prosperous. So this could be just an idea you have, and it's time to really implement it or really get serious about it. Think of like the small things you can do to get you there. But let's see. Okay. We've got the Two of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Wands. Okay. This could mean that this opportunity is coming from something that at one time felt like it was something that you connected with you on some level. You could have been in your ego at that time, so it validated your ego. It was there for a reason. But it seems like it caused a lot of chaos in your life. Five of Swords. And it kept you always wanting more or thinking of something other, like it looked good on the surface, but underneath it was just, you were always waiting either for the shoe to drop or waiting for an opportunity to get out, or you never fully could lock it into the 3D. Now, this could be them coming back around, communicating that, hey, I'm giving you this pentacle. And I'm not going to lie, the Ace of Pentacles is normally a very grounded offer. It's something that has potential. But from what I could see, it's like when your thoughts on it are like, this isn't really for me anymore. Something I once wanted. So I guess that's why it's like, remember who you are when you decide on which path you're going to take. Because even though at one time it could have been something that really you thought would light your soul up, it would get you where you wanted to be. And now you're thinking about it different. Like, if I choose this, am I just gonna do it because my ego will be validated by it, or am I gonna do it because that's what my soul is calling me to do? But let's see, what's this Page of Swords? All right, Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. There could have been distance, and whatever this is, this could have been something that you've healed from. Maybe even there's an opportunity here to heal the inner child through this. But this feels like something that you've waited for, something that's been a long time coming, something that you got good memories from, or nostalgic memories, let's say that. Like, some parts of it were great. It's just kind of saying you need to look a little deeper before accepting anything. Just because at one time this was something that you wanted doesn't mean it has to be what you want right now. And so you're kind of at that crossroads of, am I going to embrace the new world that's being offered to me, or am I going to fall back on old patterns? Am I going to go through the cycle of having to heal this again? Because I do feel some inner child healing here that's taken quite some time. And maybe you've had to learn the lesson a few times, right? Let's see what this High Priestess is. I do feel that in the past, you took a break from, I would say, the 3D, right? And that could be during your healing journey. It could have been like an awakening. You had to flip things upside down and learn things from a different perspective. The good, the bad, the ugly, and just accepting them for what they are. People may have thought you were crazy for pulling back, or people may have thought something was off with you, like, what's going on with you? I haven't heard from you, I haven't seen you. And during this time, it's when you really embraced a very balanced part of yourself that recognized that you're meant to shine, you're meant to do something great, you're meant to be seen, you're meant to be heard, you got a story to tell. Um, and so the opportunity presenting itself now may be a little scary because you seen things from a different perspective now. And you're in a place of wanting balance. And you're not willing to go backwards on that. So there could be some confusion in whatever this is. There's an opportunity in front of you. And I see you questioning it because of past experiences. This could also mean like your purpose is calling you. You're meant to be seen. You're meant to be heard. And I think you knew it in the past. Your soul was calling you to do this. And now there's an opportunity to set forth into motion what has been set in the past. And you're having to really take that hard look of like, my authentic self needs to be seen, right? Not from a mask, not from who I want people to perceive me as, but who I am right now, right here. What am I meant for? I know something was calling me. I know I'm meant to do something, but the world may have told you were crazy, and maybe you fell back into it, and now it's presenting itself again, and it's judgment time. It's like time to make those hard choices. Like, do I make the hard decisions to embrace this? So I don't necessarily feel that it's all about love, but this could also mean like maybe your soul has been calling you to this connection over and over and over again, and it's hard to embrace it or to choose it because maybe they were part of the 3D validation in the past, and you're like, I've made it so far against all odds. I've made it to the place I am now. I don't know if this is for me anymore. Death card, Lovers. So this could also mean like a time for closure, a time to accept and make that choice that it's finally done and over with. Or it's time to recognize that yes, this connection was part of your soul's mission. You both went apart to evolve, to change, to grow. And Spirit's just like, when you make the decision in the current moment, make sure that you're doing it from the healed space. Make sure you're doing it for your soul's reason, not for the 3D reason. Remember how far you've come. And I think you've got the knowledge now to make the right choices. If it, let's say you decide to accept this connection, whatever this is to you, or you decide to go towards something, even though at one time you've moved past it, you know now that the main thing you need to protect is that sense of peace. And so if at any time it starts to disrupt that, you're okay with letting it go. You've done it before. It's cool. And that could be anything, whatever the opportunity is, whether it be love and business. If it doesn't align with what you truly want, if you're not being heard, if you're not being validated, if you're not making the money you should, then maybe it's time to look elsewhere. So it's judgment time, my friends. Well, let's see. Okay. Four of Pentacles, Sun, Ten of Swords. I think you've come to the realization that you're done with the painful cycle, right? And that doesn't mean you've given up on love completely. That just means that you've learned the lesson from the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is very painful. It's soul shocking. it puts you into the path of transformation. It was definitely necessary. It's just saying, if you do accept whatever this offer is, the best thing to remember is that you've learned the lessons from the Ten of Swords, and don't fall back into old patterns just because you're scared to lose something. Because the Four of Pentacles to me is like holding tight no matter what, but it doesn't give it room to grow. So if you're going to go into this, you need to go into this open, receptive. Ten of Swords normally happens because one or both people in the connection are have trauma, and they are acting out of that trauma, and so they bounce off of each other. They hurt you, you hurt them. They hurt you, you hurt them, until it just gets really, really bad, and it's like, I can't even go forward with this anymore, you know? And so I do feel that it's like, if you do take this chance, just know you're not going to go into it the same way that you went into it before. And make sure that they're not either, because they take one step in the wrong direction, it's done, you know? This could be a rebirth of something. You both have gone through separate challenges, you know, and y'all are coming back together. Now, this could also mean that you're letting go of a job that in the 3D looks amazing to, you know, everybody else. But your soul is bored, it's apathetic, you're not really living, you're just going through this hamster wheel of, you know, day-to-day bull crap, right? And so it's time to really learn from the times that you've invested too much and just ended up on the other side of, like I said, just being like, I just hold on because it gives me a paycheck. Or but your soul's calling for victory, success, to be seen, to be heard. And so it's never going to settle. You know, you're never going to feel settled. You're never going to feel peace in that energy. So right now it's like, even if you can't quit your job today, if your soul purpose is calling you somewhere else, start investing into that. Even if it's just one small thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I want to write. So first step, get you a pen, right? Give you pen and paper. It starts small, but it can lead up to that. Because I have the Eight of Pentacles in the future, and I see you investing into something beautiful. Magician, Three of Cups, Queen of Cups. Whatever this is came back around for a reason. It was to celebrate yourself. This was something you called in. This is what your soul is like. You've got the power to do this. Start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a connection that you've done the work. And in turn, there's a person connected to you that has done the work as well. And the two of you are aligning and putting the work in to make it beautiful and beneficial for the both of you, to celebrate, to love what you do in life, you know? And so whichever way this is for you, the main point is remembering who you are on a soul level. What is your soul calling you to do? Because if you don't listen, I'm telling you, I've always said, catch God on a whisper, not a shout. Because a shout is when that tower falls. A whisper is more of like the Ace of Swords. Like, I got an idea. Or even for you, the High Priestess, that soul telling you how to move, where to go. And if you shut it down enough, Spirit will come in and destroy all of the things that were built on something that's false. And the 3D is what's the falseness, the ego. The things that were built out of ego will always fall, because they weren't built from the soul. They were built from an idea that was manufactured out of a place of fear, if you understand me. Okay, so it looks like an interesting month for you, whatever this may be. I do feel Judgment Day is upon you. So look at that man in the mirror and be like, what validates my soul and what is validating my ego? And if it's only here to validate my ego, then I need to get rid of it before Spirit comes in and wrecks shop. Now, I'm going to pull some business and career cards and a couple of love messages to close it out. Let's see. What do my Capricorns need to know? Illumination, which is what I said that you probably had in the past as far as an idea or something that you should be doing. And it's saying it's time to invest into it, because one small seed can grow into something beautiful that you can harvest. Um, an investment doesn't necessarily mean like you have to go and put $1,000 into it or anything crazy. Start small, invest small, because every small thing is like planting a seed that eventually will grow if you continue to nurture it. Um, I think you've got a clear idea of what to do um, from a soul space, and I think if you just take that initial step into the unknown, things will blossom in the way that you need them to. I feel that spirit's on your side on this one. It can turn into something very magical. Okay, now let's see love. And normally these cards are based off of like a connection that may have fallen off, or um, like a past connection. It could even be a past life connection. But normally the twin flame journey is like you two separated to grow and to nourish yourself, because the main mission of twin flames, most of them go in with some sort of trauma, and so the connection illuminates that for them in order to be able to change it. So let's see where you're at with this soul connection. Okay, so we've got recognition, first of all. And recognition is one or both of you have recognized that this is an important part of your soul's journey, to be with this person. And then we have mask. And again, this is that judgment day where you're put before the maker, and you can't lie anymore. The mask has to fall. That's when you look at that man in the mirror and be like, who am I authentically? And that's where the mask falls. And then we've got return. So this could be, they're recognizing now, once the mask was let down, once I listened to what my soul was telling me instead of what my ego was telling me, it's time for me to come back. So take it for what it is for you. It could be different for everybody. But I love you, my dearest Capricorns. I hope you have an amazing Scorpio. It's Judgment Day. Love you.